Cinematography, the art of motion picture photography, is more than just pointing a camera at actors. It's the deliberate choice of framing, lighting, and movement to tell a story visually. It's the language of the lens, guiding the audience's eyes, highlighting details, and showing whose emotions take center stage. In the hand of a skilled storyteller, the camera doesn't just record dialogue, it speaks. From the beginning, The Chosen's visual style has been shaped by DP Akis, Konstantakopoulos, working closely with the creator-director Dallas Jenkins. Akis brings a raw, natural look that makes biblical scenes feel intimate and alive in a way that's unlike anything before. Today, I'll highlight two scenes that really stand out to me. The first being Nicodemus meeting Jesus in Season 1, Episode 7, and the second being the 15-minute long take, or oneer, from Season 2, Episode 3. Welcome to Linsane TV, where I yap about film. But today, we're looking through the lens. Literally.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
After much anticipation in the first season, Nicodemus finally meets Jesus. Eric Avarvi and Jonathan Rumi deliver spectacular performances, anchoring the emotion of the scene. But what makes it visually striking is how the cinematography captures the tension and intimacy. The scene begins with the 180-degree rule, which keeps the audiences oriented during one-on-one conversations. Once Jesus and Nicodemus sit down, the rule is subtly broken with a slow-moving shot that flips their position. Instead of creating confusion, it adds depth and draws the viewer further into their dialogue. Breaking the 180 rule also allows the background of Capernaum to come into the view, with subtle lights in the windows adding texture. The shot is then reset once the full pan brings Nicodemus back to the right side of the rules of third. The scene is lit entirely with natural light. The candle on the table serves as the primary light source, while additional candles in the background add warmth and depth. Combined with earthy browns and muted tones, the lighting immerses the audience and gives the scene a grounded, biblical authenticity. Throughout the scene, there is a constant float or subtle shake of the camera. It's subtle, but it gives the scene life and makes the world feel lived in. Early in the conversation, the camera flow is calm. As the dialogue intensifies, particularly when Nicodemus begins to understand Jesus' divine connection, the movement becomes slightly more pronounced, paired with close-ups that emphasize the weight of emotion. A particularly nice touch occurs when Jesus invites Nicodemus to consider joining him as a disciple. The camera angle shifts subtly, reflecting Nicodemus's internal struggle and hesitation about leaving his old life behind. This part was just chef's kiss, you know? Framing reinforces their dynamic as well. Jesus sits on the left of the rules of third, Nicodemus on the right, keeping the audience oriented even as the 180-degree rule is broken. Both are positioned at equal height, reflecting mutual respect and intimacy. The blocking keeps them close, emphasizing the personal and philosophical nature of their conversation. The next scene is one of my favorites, a 15-minute long take, or oneer, in Season 2, Episode 3. This shot is breathtaking in its scale, precision, and immersion. It begins with Matthew and Philip walking down a long line of Gentiles waiting to be healed. The camera follows them with over-the-shoulder tracking shots, making the audience feel like we're walking alongside. When they arrive at the disciples' campsite, the camera moves fluidly through the space, tracking different disciples as they perform tasks and interact. The lighting in the shot is remarkable, as the only lighting that took place was the sun and the campfire. With a couple seconds of research, the filmmakers captured this scene on the last take of the day, with only 15 minutes of sunlight left. This is one of those things in filmmaking where it was just meant to be. The sunset adds a natural glow that emphasizes the disciples' devotion and hard work. As night falls, the campfire becomes the primary light source, highlighting conversations such as Thomas and little James, discussing why Jesus hasn't healed James. And as the darkness of the night erupts, the disciples talk around the campfire, creating such a practical atmosphere. The darkness doesn't obscure the scene. It amplifies the emotion and focus on each interaction. The precision required for a continuous shot like this is incredible. Every actor, camera operator, and crew member had to perform flawlessly in one take. The result is an immersive experience that pulls the viewer into the disciples' world with their doubts and their faith. From the intimate candlelit conversation with Nicodemus to the sprawling 15-minute wonder, The Chosen demonstrates how cinematography is more than just capturing images. It's guiding our emotions, drawing attention to what matters, and making the story feel alive. In a world that revolves more on dialogue than action, the crew from The Chosen were able to capture that. Every choice, from lighting to framing to camera movement, helps the audience connect to the characters and the world they inhabit. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.